Implementing SAP IBP in an oil and gas organization is not just a technical upgrade, but a strategic transformation of planning processes. A clear implementation strategy is essential to ensure success. Let us review the key elements of this strategy. First is assess and plan. Begin with an assessment of current planning processes, systems, and pain points. Identify high-value use cases where IBP can quickly add value. For example, improving demand forecasting accuracy for refined products or optimizing the supply plan to reduce costly emergency spot purchases of oil or gas. Establish clear objectives, KPIs like forecast error reduction, inventory turn improvement, or increased plan adherence to guide the project. Next is executive sponsorship and cross-functional buy-in. Ensure strong leadership support and involve all relevant functions from the start. IBP touches multiple departments: exploration and production, refining operations, supply chain logistics, sales, marketing, and finance. So a cross-functional project team is needed. Gaining consensus on data definitions, planning frequencies, and process ownership is crucial. As experts note, senior leadership sponsorship is essential because implementing a true IBP process often requires cultural change and breaking organizational silos. Then comes phased module rollout. It's often effective to implement IBP in phases rather than a big bang. Many oil and gas companies start with IBP for demand and S&OP to get a reliable consensus demand plan and a basic supply review process running. This lays the foundation of a monthly planning cadence. Next phases can introduce supply planning optimization, inventory optimization, and later order-based planning for execution level detail. A phased approach allows the organization to absorb changes gradually and build confidence with early wins. For instance, better forecast visibility or a successful pilot of one business unit before tackling more complex optimizations. After that is leverage, best practices, and pre-configured content. SAP provides best practice templates for IBP planning views, key figures, algorithms, dashboards that can accelerate implementation. Oil and gas companies should consider using the standard IBP best practices, as these contain industry-appropriate configurations. For example, typical supply chain model templates, sample S&OP process flows. Using standard content as a baseline can reduce time to value and ensures alignment with proven processes rather than reinventing the wheel. Following this is data integration and quality early on. IBP is only as good as the data fed into it. A major implementation workstream should focus on integrating data from SAP S/4HANA or ECC or other sources into IBP's planning area. This includes master data, products, locations, bills of material, resources, and transactional data, historical sales, current orders, inventories, capacities. Oil and gas companies often have multiple disparate systems, upstream production systems, trading systems, distribution management, and so on, making data consolidation a challenge. Address data quality issues such as inconsistent product codes or missing lead times upfront. Setting up automated, reliable interfaces, often via SAP Cloud Integration, CPIDS or SDI, is critical so that planners trust the IBP outputs. In short, clean, timely data integration is the backbone of a successful IBP deployment. Next comes change management and training. Given that IBP will transform how planners work, invest in comprehensive training and change management. This includes not only training on the IBP Excel add-in and web interface, but also education on the new S&OP process, roles, and responsibilities. In the oil and gas context, where formal integrated planning may be new, an initial training or IBP pilot workshop can help teams understand the concepts and benefits. Many companies find value in creating an IBP Center of Excellence or a dedicated team of power users who champion the new process and continuously improve it post-implementation. Then, avoid lift and shift of legacy processes. If migrating from SAP APO or other legacy tools, use the opportunity to redesign and improve processes rather than copying old designs blindly. For instance, APO's monthly forecasting and S&P heuristics might be replaced with more agile weekly forecasting or an optimizer-based plan in IBP. What worked in APO may not directly translate to IBP, which has different capabilities and data structures. Therefore, challenge legacy planning assumptions and simplify where possible. This can mean eliminating obsolete planning hierarchies, reducing custom code, and adopting IBP's standard algorithms. By embracing IBP's modern best practice processes, like its unified demand planning or real-time collaboration features, oil and gas companies can avoid re-implementing inefficiencies of the past and instead leap ahead in maturity. Finally, pilot and iterate. Before full deployment, run pilot tests or parallel simulations. For example, model one refinery and its market in IBP to compare results with current planning outcomes and fine-tune the model. Use iterative prototyping. IBP's cloud nature allows relatively quick adjustments to key figure calculations or planning logic. Pilots help in validating that the supply chain model, for example, constraints, costs, lead times, and the forecasting models work as expected and produce credible plans that planners will accept. They also help demonstrate value to stakeholders. For example, showing how IBP could have predicted stockouts or optimized distribution better than the old process. Overall, the implementation strategy should align IBP deployment with business goals and readiness. By phasing the project, ensuring organizational alignment, and focusing on data and change management, oil and gas firms can significantly increase the success rate of IBP initiatives. When executed well, an IBP implementation not only replaces legacy planning systems but also establishes a robust integrated planning process that becomes a competitive advantage in the turbulent oil and gas market.